Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be detailing out the pros and cons of living in Alberta, just in case you're looking at moving to the province, and if that's something that you're interested in, keep watching. I just heard the other day. Just before I begin, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay up to date with my videos. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much, and then we'll get right into it. The first one, as you all know, is the weather. This might be a good thing for some people, and it could also be a bad thing for some people as well. It's very cold here in Alberta, especially in the winter months. It's also very hot when it's summer as well, so I don't think there's any in between. So it's either too hot or it's cold, too cold. And I know some people like the cold. If you like the cold, then this is the place for you. If you don't like the cold, then this might not be a good idea for you, unless you decide to hibernate in the winter. So unless you decide not to go anywhere when it's winter. Nature. Lots of mountains and lots of wide open spaces for outdoor activities. We have wild animals as well, mountain lion, bears, name it. So we have all of that. If you're someone that likes to do outdoor activities in the winter, then this is the place for you. The transportation system. I would say the transportation system is not as reliable as it is in some provinces in Canada. BC, for example, Ontario, for example. The transport system is one thing to put into consideration if you're thinking of moving. We also have cheaper housing than some other provinces like Ontario and BC. Even right now, where it seems like there's inflation and everything is going up, when you compare it to the housing and the pricing for houses in BC, in Ontario, you find that Alberta is still relatively lower. There is cheaper gas because we produce the gas here. Alberta is clean. Well, I live in Calgary, and Calgary is one of the cleanest cities in the world. So yeah, it's a clean province. And there's better cost of living in Alberta as well. And this is just comparing it to other provinces like Ontario and BC. The crime rate is relatively low when you compare it as well to some other provinces. There's a lot of diversity in this province. Well, I live in Calgary, so let me just speak for Calgary. In Calgary itself, in this city, we have a lot of diversity. Just being able to relate with other people like you, and that's something that I appreciate since moving to Canada. Well, there's the issue of the unemployment rate. Unemployment is currently high, especially in Calgary. We're not sure why, but it's been high for a while now. I don't know if it's because most people are moving to the province, but right now the employment rate is really high. The population of Calgary has risen in such a rate that the school development has fallen behind. And what this means is that if you have children, they might not be able to attend the schools in your area. Because of this severe overcrowding, different schools are organizing lotteries to fill the vacant seats. Also, parents have started making up their home addresses so that their children will be able to attend the school of their choice. Tax. We pay 5% tax here in Calgary, compared to some other provinces that I know pay up to 15% in sales tax. We also have no PST, which is the provincial sales tax here in Alberta. I know some people might argue with me and say that we have traffic here in Alberta or like here in Calgary, but when you compare it to some other provinces, I find that the traffic isn't as bad, and maybe just because of where I'm coming from. The traffic, I don't consider what we have here as traffic because it's moving. So I don't think there's traffic. I think every now and then when it's rush hour, when in the morning everybody's trying to go to the office, in the evening everybody's trying to go home, I believe, yes, there's always traffic, but generally there's not a lot of traffic. The economy is not as diverse. What I mean is Alberta is known mostly for oil and gas, so we associate Alberta, the province, with oil and gas because we produce that, right? So if you work in a different sector, I'm not saying we do not have other sectors here in the province, it's just probably going to be harder for you to get a job if you are not already in oil and gas. And we have the Calgary Stampede. The Calgary Stampede is a 10-day annual event that takes place sometime in July, and we have over 1 million people attending every year. I know it's once a year, but if you're looking to move, who knows, that might be a reason why you should move to the province. Ontario, I believe it's too crowded, even right now Calgary is getting really populated as well, but I don't think I will live anywhere else except I have to work there. I tried to be as neutral as possible. I tried to not be partial in making my list. So I hope I've been able to convince somebody to move to Alberta. It's a very peaceful place. If you're someone that likes quiet, but you also don't want it too quiet, then this is the place for you. I find immigrants as well everywhere, so if you're someone that wants to make friends, it's not lonely, it's just not as busy as Ontario, but it's also not the worst place to be. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe or leave me a comment. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. So happy.